Hey everyone, this is Jose Otero for IGN, and I'm here with...
I am Justin Davis.
What's up, Justin Davis? How you doing today?
I'm great.
Okay, and well, I'm glad you're great because we're here to talk about a really great game. We're going to be talking about SteamWorld Dig, which is developed by Image and Form, and we just got codes for it recently, and I just want to show it to you really quick. So it doesn't look like much at first, right? I mean, I'm just kind of digging around and.
So this is. I'm gonna stop you. This is on the 3DS eShop, right?
This is on the 3DS eShop. Thank you very much.
And it costs, is it like $6 or
roughly?
Okay,
yeah.
It's pretty inexpensive.
Yeah, fairly inexpensive, and it's a really cool sort of Dig Dug or Mr. Driller / Metroid hybrid, which is really cool.
I like all those words. I like Metroid. I like Dig Dug.
Yeah, and so what I really admire about this game is just how organic and how smart sort of the gameplay kind of unfolds. So you start out with just a regular old pickaxe. You're looking around for resources for rocks and stuff, and you will go up to basically the town and sell this stuff.
Okay.
So, for example, I'm meeting Dorothy now for the first time.
Gotcha.
And there's an upgrade system. So through XP upgrades, you'll get better pickaxes or more room in your inventory.
You're leveling up. So is there much of a storyline, or is it just kind of in the background? Or?
There is one in the background, but they also do the smart thing of not sort of cramming it down your throat.
Sure.
Like it's not like very cutscene driven. Most of the stuff is conveyed through these quick dialogue boxes or dialogue exchanges with other characters.
Nice.
And really, you're splitting your time between coming up to sell the stuff you find or going back down into the caves to do more digging. So right now, I'm upgrading my sharp pickaxe, which if you were paying attention at the start, by the way, the regular pickaxe is terrible.
Yeah.
You start out and it takes like a couple of seconds per spot you're trying to dig through.
So this is like the very opening or the opening moments of the game. This isn't like a powered up character or anything like that.
No. And I picked here just to show folks sort of how the game starts out, and then some of the upgrades that you'll find while you're in the cave. So there are sort of mysterious relics that will give you additional powers.
So there's been,
check that out, by the way. Look how much faster I'm going through this.
Way better. So do you think are those upgrades? And if you've only played one save, you might not know the answer to this. But are they always in the same spot to like find each time?
That I've seen, yeah. It's not sort of a procedurally generated thing that I can tell.
So that seems like a really smart combination of. So there's been games like this. There was an Xbox Live indie game where you were digging a tunnel and then you would get more resources that would let you get more stuff and dig deeper.
Check out the map right there. Like this is really the real estate, and this is the sort of the tunnels that I'm digging in real time.
So you're making the map as you play.
As you play, yeah.
So
and the better pickaxes you get, the faster you can make it through these maps.
That's awesome. It's like a combination of these sorts of digging games. There was a Flash game that was really popular that was the same sort of deal, but then they add in that element of exploration and getting actual play on power ups that you actually have to discover down in the wild.
Oh yeah, and the first power up is amazing. I'm gonna happen upon it in a couple of minutes.
Nice.
But it is like
is it an enemy
upgrade.
over there?
Yeah, there are enemies in here as well, and they're sort of trapped in the dirt, and you get a warning sign where you'll hear it sort of cracking and breaking up around them. And they basically break out of these dirt molds they're trapped in, and they'll make like little chambers for themselves.
Got it.
And you can fight them off with your axe. But there are different varieties. The first variety is fairly easy. Some of the other ones fire projectiles at you. But it's a lot of.
So why wouldn't you just leave them all like captured?
You could very much just. So far, combat, at least in the early portions of the game, is not like a super direct thing you have to always engage in.
Cool.
They don't put you in situations where you have to fight anything, at least at the start.
Yeah, I mean, maybe later on. So actually, that's a good question. How far into this are you right now?
I'm I want to say about 2 hours in, and I'm already saying to myself, wow, I'm really enjoying this game.
Nice.
Maybe less than that, to be honest. But you see a lot of potential with it.
I mean, the thing about the eShop is it's really... I don't know. It's sort of hard to find games. It's hard to know whether a game is good or not. And so you played a little bit of SteamWorld Dig, and you said, you know what, we got to make sure.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yep, it's definitely worth people's time. You see that big rock up there? If I would have broken the dirt under it, it would have fell down.
Oh, so there is some sort of basic physics there.
Yeah, there are. So
you just entered a new.
New area. So now you'll see that physics right there sort of work out. Now, the game's trying to tell me, okay, don't stand here very long. And this is the pathway to the first power-up, which you're going to see in a second. Nice. I'm actually not going to go the way I'm supposed to. You're supposed to go down to get it, but I'm going to just explore up here because that's one of the things I enjoy most about this game is just the exploration and the idea of, oh, hey, what's around this corner? And then you find something.
Sure. It seems sort of like nice wall jumps make it, it's got a good feel to move around.
Yeah, very smooth.
Things.
Definitely, very smooth. You see in the top right corner, too, that sort of fireplace icon. So every time you go down into the cave, caves, you have a certain amount of light that you have with you, enough sort of energy for that.
Right.
It eventually diminishes, and as it diminishes, the field of view around your character shrinks,
Got it.
that you won't be able to see what's around, that next spend or whatever.
We're seeing some of the traditional Metroidvania stuff, where like there was a block that you couldn't break, and then when you upgrade to your next pickaxe, you'll be able to break it.
Exactly. Yeah. So here's the first power up, the speed boots, and in Super Metroid fashion. If you remember the sort of the run move from Super Metroid, you would run across, and this is great because this is also a great way to teach players how to, there wasn't a tutorial to tell me how to do it. It was just a quick, hey, press this to run, and you see the context being explored right away and explained. So right here, for example, with the sped up run now, I could jump higher.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
all of this stuff gets put to use, which is phenomenal. Like I love games that find ways to introduce new ideas, but then take advantage of them over time.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
really
absolutely.
cool.
Like, skills that are combat skills can also be used for breaking bricks and things of that nature, like that have more than one use. So it's not one big giant map. You're entering these doors and sort of going off into little
they're little
sub-maps.
Isolated sub-maps,
Okay.
but there is one overall huge map, which we showed earlier. And the thing that sort of caught me for a loop at the beginning of the game is that maybe at like the 30 or 40 minute mark, you start digging for stuff that's way lower than you would expect it to be.
And then I'm assuming, again, there have been games sort of similar to like this where you dig down and each time you get to dig it down a little bit farther.
Yep.
And so you probably unlock, new items or new abilities that help you get up and down faster. Like I saw that you were
there's a teleporter
pieces and teleports.
Yeah, you'll find like teleporters and they'll immediately transfer you right to the surface, and then it's you just keeping track of, okay, I've dug down like so far that now if I just head over to that teleporter, I'll be able to get up very quickly and then head down to that same point.
That's awesome. So maybe this is a stupid question, but we're watching this on a TV right now. I'm assuming there's not much in the way of 3D. Like this is clearly a 2D game.
Yeah, no, it's got 3D. It does the layered thing pretty well, fairly
yeah.
well. I mean, because it's 2D and sort of sprite based, it looks great. I'm a big fan of those style of games.
Definitely.
Yeah. So. But yeah, this is, sort of the general walkthrough. We'll be reviewing it on IGN soon, but we definitely thought it'd be great to sort of take you on a walkthrough and see what the game is about. I hope, you're kind of convinced. Answer me honestly. Does this so far, what you've seen, interest you enough that you want to check this out?
It totally looks cool. I mean, I love that indie game developers they're so fixated on Super Metroid. Super Metroid is my favorite game of all time.
Yep. Same here.
And I just love that. I don't know. So I'm such a sucker for the genre that even if they just straight up copy Metroid, I'm on board. But I doubly like games that sort of put a little bit new spin on it. And it's like this is sort of taking two ideas that exist, matching them together in a way that I haven't exactly seen before. It definitely appeals to me for that reason. And we see a lot of this sort of strange, quirky indie stuff on PC, on mobile, not so much on platforms like the 3DS or Vita. So it's cool to see this coming to an actual console that a lot of core gamers own.
For sure. All right. And for more SteamWorld Dig or other eShop games, make sure you stay tuned to IGN.